So on Shavuot, the holiday for eating dairy and reading the Torah all night, there are two types of Jews in this world. Those that tolerate lactose and the 75% of y'all that don't. Cheers. Not gonna lie, that milk was definitely spoiled. Welcome back to And God Was Like, Alma's weekly Torah portion series. I'm your host, Arielle Kaplan, and this week I'm doing a special edition holiday video for Shavuot. Woo! So what the fuck is Shavuot? Shavuot started off as an ancient harvest festival, and today it's celebrated 7 weeks after the second Passover Seder to commemorate that time that God gave us the 10 Commandments.
10 Commandments!
So how does one celebrate Shavuot? Basically, you stay up all night eating cheesecake, studying the Torah. Why do we do that? To compensate for the Israelites who were like less than thrilled when they got the Torah on Mount Sinai. So we're like, hey God, we're here, we're awake, so sorry about our ancestors.
Sorry.
And then, of course, we eat a shit ton of dairy. This is supposed to symbolize Israel, which is the land of milk and honey. Being a harvest festival, it's also customary to decorate with flowers. And finally, we read the Book of Ruth. Ruth is known to be the first woman in the Torah who converts to Judaism. Chapter 1. Ruth is a hottie with a Moabite body, meaning she's not Jewish. She marries Naomi and Elimelech's son, Mahlon. Naomi's husband dies, as do her 2 kids. So Naomi is like, fuck this shit. All my family's dying. There's no food here. Let's go to Bethlehem, where God is like giving out a ton of food. So Naomi travels with Ruth and her other insignificant daughter-in-law to Bethlehem.
Get in, loser!
Once they get on the road to Judea, Naomi is like, all right, y'all, you can leave. I don't really want to be associated with you. You're not Jewish. I'm Jewish. It's gonna be awkward. But like, thank you so much for letting me vent. Like, I really appreciated that. She blesses them and gives them like a farewell smooch on the lips or something. She's like, get out of here. And the girls are like, nah, like, we're ride or die, dude. We want to stay with you. Naomi's like, why the fuck would you want to stay with me? Like, I'm too old to be married. Even if I did get knocked up right now, what are you gonna do? Like, wait for the kid to be raised? Like, that's so weird. No, just get out of here. Like, leave me alone. God hates me anyway. It's better off that you're back with your moms. So the daughter-in-law, who shall not be named, is like, cool, peace. Ruth is like, stop fighting me. Like, where you lead, I will follow.
Anywhere that you tell me to.
I want to be a Jewess. I want to die where you die. I want to be buried in your grave. Naomi's like, okay, chill. Like, you can come with me. It's fine. So they get to Bethlehem, and Naomi's like, rebrand. My name is not Naomi anymore. My name is Mara. The Torah does continue to call her Naomi, though. Chapter 2. So it's the beginning of the harvest, and Ruth is like, Naomi, I'm going to go into the fields. I'm going to find me a man. And Naomi's like, bet. Ruth ends up in Boaz's fields. Boaz is actually related to Naomi's husband. Small world. Boaz sees Ruth reaping in his field, and he's like, who is she? So he like walks past her, gives a little strut, and he's like, yo, you're hot. You should keep reaping here. And if you're thirsty, go get some water from my dudes. Like, don't worry, I already told them not to rape you. Ruth is like, why are you being so nice to me? And Boaz was like, because I think what you did for your family was like pretty dope. So I don't know, why don't you come through for dinner? So Boaz goes and tells his workers like, yo, leave Ruth alone when she's reaping the fields. I have a crush on her, okay? Ruth gathers up all of her barley and wheat and stuff, runs home to Naomi, and Naomi's like, oh my God, where did you go and get all this stuff? This is a bargain. And Ruth's like, oh, some dude like Boaz. Naomi's like, are you joking? Boaz? Keep gleaning there, dude, like until the end of the harvest. Chapter 3. So Naomi's like, yo, Ruth, I'm gonna teach you how to get your man. And Ruth is like, tell me how. What you're gonna do is go to the mikveh, put on perfume, like your sexiest Shabbat outfit, and then you're gonna go to Boaz when he's sleeping on his wheat, because he's like guarding it. Ruth is like, okay, but what if I actually changed into my slutty outfit after I get there so that nobody thinks I'm like a prostitution whore? And Naomi's like, okay, valid. So when you lay down with him, you're gonna uncover his feet, and then he's gonna tell you what to do. This sounds really weird, but apparently the organ of going is also the organ of coming, if you know what I mean. Boaz wakes up, he's in the field, and he sees like a demon in front of him, and he's like, what the fuck? Oh my God, a demon. And he touches it, and he's like, oh no, you're just like a woman, but like, who are you? It's me, Boaz, it's Ruth. Kiss me and marry me, you fool. And Boaz is like, whoa, honestly, this is such a turn on. Like, first what you did for your mom, and now you're choosing me, like an older dude, over a young rich guy, or even like a young poor guy. Yes, I will totally marry you, but there is another guy, another suitor who is closer in kinsmanship than I am, and maybe he will want to take your family's inheritance by marrying you. But if he's not, then like, I'm so down. Ruth comes home and Naomi's like, new? How was the sex? Tell me everything. And Ruth is like, Chapter 4. Boaz goes and he finds that suitor. Yo, do you want to marry Ruth? And he's like, yeah, sure, she's hot. Boaz is like, by the way, she's a Moabite. And the suitor's like, ooh, I can't. She's not really Jewish. Sorry. Boaz is like, don't sweat it. I wanted to marry her anyway. So the elders of the community were like, amazing, dope. You have our blessing to go forth and fuck. Boaz and Ruth do just that. Ruth's name is no longer mentioned here. The daughter-in-law of Naomi gives birth to a baby boy, Obed. And all the townswomen are like, Naomi. And Naomi's like, I fucking told you my name is Mara. Oh my God, you have a baby. This baby is better than like 7 other sons. This kid is some real shit. Naomi takes the child, nurses it, and she becomes his foster mother. And Ruth is never mentioned again. And that baby just so happens to be King David's granddaddy. Legend has it King David died on Shavuot. So the Book of Ruth is a really beautiful story about sisterhood, motherhood, and acceptance into the Jewish community. Enjoy the cheese, enjoy the Torah study. Please remember to take your lactate pills and tune in next week because we're back to our regularly scheduled programming with Parshat Naso. Next week, Parshat Naso. The only thing you have to know about this is that we're going to be talking about suspected adulteresses. Ooh. Shabbat shalom and see you guys next week.